National Film Board of Canada. Before a backdrop of majestic mountains, ocean waves crash on a shore. People walk along a busy street. The waves crash again with a brilliant sun in the background. Pacific Canada. A soccer ball sits on a field, then is kicked hard. As men in shorts, long-sleeve shirts, and dark knee socks skillfully pass and defend in a large stadium. On a simpler field, in slow motion, a man leaps high and spins to kick a ball. Two other players jump to head the ball, and the player in blue succeeds. The first man throws himself back for a bicycle kick.
If you go in Africa, in South America, in China, everybody plays soccer.
A goalkeeper reaches across his goal to catch the ball. Soccer. As wet snow falls, two teams of athletic men play soccer on a muddy pitch.
In British Columbia and everywhere else they play soccer, players run as much as 7 miles in an afternoon. They all run. The Hungarians, the Italians, the Greeks, the English, the Scots, even the Canadians run. In BC, more men and boys play soccer than any other sport.
Hey, over!
In a bar.
Really, what I feel like when I get on the field, I really get turned on. You know, like people get turned on by smoking grass or that, but me, I get turned on by playing soccer.
The man interviewed plays with great speed.
It's my life. That's all I live for, I guess, besides the wife.
On the same muddy pitch, women play as well. In a restaurant.
My life is the game, soccer game, and I spent 25 years in that game, and I like to give it something back.
You can only tell you're going to get it, Ross.
As some boys snack after a game.
And this is what I get out of it, the satisfaction of knowing that I'm helping these little tykes and introducing them to a game that I've enjoyed for years, and hopefully that they will enjoy for years, because it's a game where you need very little operating equipment. All you need is a pair of boots and a ball.
In the stadium, two young men run at full speed, battling for the ball. One of them falls.
There are 81 teams and nearly 2,000 players in BC's Amateur Soccer League. Among them, Vancouver Italia's number 7, Victor Cordelia.
Victor, the player who won the battle for the ball, moves in on the opposing defense not far from the goal. He changes direction, causing one defender to slide past him. Victor tries to make his way around another defender. In the stands, older men wonder at Victor's skill. A defender blocks a pass, but Victor gets past him with the ball. Off the field.
At one time, we used to have many more Italians up here. Now, as they all become rich, they move up to Burnaby. And the Chinese moves up here from Main Street. So, but it's still called Little Italy, and they expand way out to Nanaimo and Hastings and all the way around here, you know. There's quite a big area, and goes way to Broadway and Nanaimo. And Charlie here moved out to Burnaby because he became a big shot too.
Yeah, but still,
25 years in business, you know.
That's my favorite place over here, anyway.
Sure, commercial.
For coffee shop, you know, everybody friend over here, you know, and we talk sport.
Yeah, we go over to Jim Basuler there, we talk about soccer. We go over to the Manitoba here, all the boys there are Italian, they speak about soccer. And we go farther down is Roma Meat Market, or go inside the coffee shop, the Gallo d'Oro. the Mocha.
Coaches Joe Shelah and Steve Reljic with Italia captain Gene Vassler.
All around the world, there are two ways they're playing the soccer. One is the competitive part, which breaks down to professional and amateur soccer. And the other is a recreational part of the game. And what we have in Canada, you see, is mostly recreational. And the competitive part is lacking. So if we want to come up at the level of the other nations, we must change our system. The key to bring Canada up to an international level in soccer is the coaching. There is no question about it. It's 35,000 kids. They are every week practicing at least once. And they by voluntary people, that's right.
I'm here 12 years in the BC. Since I quit playing 4 or 5 years ago, I'd be delighted that somebody come to me and they says, Steve, you willing to coach the juniors?
Did they ever anybody ask you?
Absolutely, nobody approached me, nobody asked me about it.
You know what's the trouble, Steve? That you offer your services free. Maybe you should charge, then they're going to ask you.
That'd be probably a good idea.
In a modest stadium, the stands are packed, and more fans arrive. Dressed in blue shirts, a team of preteen boys heads onto the pitch.
On the Lower Mainland and Vancouver Island, there are around 30,000 boys who play soccer. The best of them wind up here, Kinsman Stadium, for the annual Vancouver Sun Tournament of Soccer Champions.
Later, the blue team plays an aggressive game with a team in black and white stripes. Despite some attempts to intercept, the blue team keeps possession of the ball. When the ball bounces high, two opposing players leap for it, and the blue team player gets it, making a pass toward the striped team's goal. Soon after, the same player makes a shot on goal, but it goes wide. Later, the striped team has possession, but loses it as the judges watch from a box in the stands.
Our judges are generally ex-professional soccer players or ex-Canadian national soccer players, and they look for many things in their opinion. It's a very difficult selection because out here there'll be 14 teams, and you multiply this by 15 players on a team, and you see them on the boys, and one boy is picked out. They don't care what his past record is, they don't care what he does tomorrow. It's just how he stands out in his particular game.
Number 8 for the blue team chases the ball as it's passed from one opponent to another. He's able to kick it away. Then when his team gets possession, he takes a pass and heads for the striped team's goal, but he stopped. As the crowd watches intently, he takes a free kick. But his shot is blocked in front of the goal, and the ball goes back into play. When another kick of his is deflected, he digs hard to chase it down. Finally, his team scores. Parents and fans stand and clap, grinning. In a school, much younger boys run into a gymnasium. They toss their coats in a pile along the far wall.
Spread yourselves out evenly around the gym, all the way around, trot gently, don't dash.
At the start, it's just running and kicking, stamina, luck, and fast feet. But there's more, the finer points, the art, the science.
A young man holds a breathing apparatus in his mouth.
The Department of Kinesiology at Simon Fraser University. Athletes are tested for physical performance. If there's a weakness, special exercises are developed.
As the testing equipment is started, a technician tapes down a tube. Wearing a metal band around his head and nose plugs, the athlete waits.
2, 1, now. Nice and relaxed.
He runs on a treadmill. Machines monitor him as a scientist keeps track of time with a stopwatch.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the boys run around the gym. The athlete jogs hard, with a sensor taped over his heart.
30 seconds. 30 seconds.
In a game, soccer players run as hard as the athlete in the lab. The scientists monitor him carefully.
We're at 9 miles an hour. 30 seconds. Heart rate 158.
As the athlete stops running, so do the boys in the gym, with one collapsing as he smiles. In the lab, the athlete sits sweating, disengaged from the equipment, as a blood sample is taken from his arm. In the gym, a boy practices dribbling a soccer ball with his feet.
Technically, it's called ball control, but the word is dribbling. Blowing his whistle, the coach picks up the ball with one hand.
You've forgotten your... Sit down, that group. Sit down. Now pay attention. Stevie, pay attention.
He sets the ball down.
You've forgotten all we ever learned about dribbling. We dribble a ball with the inside to inside. That's the first basic little bit of dribbling. But on top of that, you can use the outside of this foot to the outside of that foot. It's a lot easier.
On a sunny day on a soccer pitch, a game is on.
Capilano Stadium. Vancouver's Hungarian team, the Turals, are playing Italia. On the sideline, Joe Shabai.
Now, Sam Leonarduzzi have the ball at this time, and he just made a very soft pass which could be easily handled by the Hungarian defense. Victor has the ball again. Kodeja is passing to the left winger. The left winger breaks in very nicely right in front of the mouse and shoots. Almost score. Beautiful save by the goal. Victor has the ball again.
Victor dekes around an opponent, then passes to a teammate, but play is stopped.
Referee saw clearly that there was an offside.
The Hungarians kick the ball back into play.
Trying to stop the ball, but the ball bounced away from him. There just seemed to me that the Hungarians just cannot finish any attack what they're doing. Left wing, it is now Wilson with the ball.
When he's tripped, the referee awards him with a penalty kick.
This free kick. It's a very dangerous and very good angle to make a very effective kick and maybe score. It's about 20 yards out of the sideline. 4 or 5 defense against 3 for forward.
The player kicks.
A nice shot in.
And a teammate heads the ball into the goal.
That's what I was mentioning before. This is a very dangerous kick which may result in a goal, and it did. It was a beautiful pass from Neil Allett, and Leonarduzzi went up with no problem at all in clearing the ball into the net.
In the gym, the boys practice taking shots on goal as one boy plays goalkeeper against a wall. The goalkeeper heaves a sigh, but stays vigilant. He runs to the side to take the ball, then throws it out of harm's way.
10 men on the field dream of scoring, but for one man, goals are a nightmare. The goalkeeper's domain is 2 posts 8 yards apart and the crossbar 8 feet from the ground. He guards it like a panther.
In slow motion, a large bearded goalkeeper extends every muscle as he leaps to the side and catches the ball. Then falls hard on the grass. He rolls onto one knee with the ball in his arms.
As a goalkeeper, that's where all your strength, all your gain comes from. It's from the legs, because all your movements are from side to side, up and down, sort of. So it's really all your movement is from your legs. So that's where I went on. I went on a crash program, weight program for my legs, and it really worked. I had to do a lot of flexibility exercises because along with strength, you have to be supple and very agile as well, and very flexible.
In the lab, he strains to straighten his legs, pulling up a great weight below him with a bar in his hands.
Relax, okay.
Simon Fraser's goalie, Tony Chersky.
That's better. That was good. 1,300 that time.
In another test, he pulls down a weight on a pulley with his right arm.
Push! Come on, do it!
Then releases it.
Okay, not as good as last time. 57.5 kilograms.
Sore hats.
Yeah, gets to you after a while.
Later, he does strength training in a weight room.
For Shakespeare, the game was played by commoners, base football players. It was not a game for gentlemen.
Outside in light snow.
It's just an all-around really good sport. It's, you know, there's no standing around. There's lots to do. And like I said, really good exercise. And I think all the girls that play naturally feel the same way. You know, they just really love to go out and practice and get their feet wet.
A young woman practices in goal on the muddy pitch. Another woman kicks, then checks the mud on her hands and shoes.
You just got to take it behind your head, okay, and just throw it. You've all seen the game played, so you know basically. Corner kicks are when they kick the ball off and you have to put it inside that little semi-deal over there. Yeah, okay, and you know goal kicks. On the center off, do the same thing. You just pass it forward, pass it back to one of your team or something like that.
The East End Hookers in a practice match against the New Westminster Blues, most of them wives or girlfriends of players.
One hooker passes to the center of the field. A teammate runs after the ball and is shoved by one of the Blues as they battle for possession. The ball is half caked with mud as it's passed from player to player. The hookers get control of the ball. One of them runs across the pitch, ignoring the mud on her face. They score. One of the Blues laughs.
I don't know. I think I got kicked. I didn't really notice it until I was standing.
She rolls down her sock to reveal a scrape.
We really take it seriously, yeah. I think it's a bit of a joke to some people. You know, I think they think it's kind of funny to see the girls out there playing. But eventually, I think they will get around to agreeing with us that we are serious, and they'll take us. The fans will take us more serious. You know.
Well, it's something that the guys are interested in, and you can be part of too, because they're playing soccer all weekend, and it's something you can understand, and you know they know how you feel when you want to play, and it's good exercise, and meet a lot of people.
A band plays in a community center. Couples smile and dance on the crowded floor. Nearby, people play card games.
Soccer clubs raise their own funds, mostly through socials like this one for the New Westminster Blues.
As a woman dances in a low-cut black dress, the bar does a brisk business.
Okay. I need her. All right, now let's go.
Players and other revelers put money vouchers down on card suits
It's time to hard swim.
that spin by on a wheel of fortune. At home with the kids' soccer coach.
Still gotta get me my underwear from downstairs.
Oh, well, how about putting your slippers on and you go down and get them for
I don't
me?
even know where they are.
Come on, sure you do.
I'll look
You know where your drawers are?
I'll look for your soccer, your socks.
The coach leaves the kitchen table to answer the phone.
Hello. Yep. Yep.
His son sits in front of the TV buttoning his shirt.
Yeah, same as always, 12:30.
Later on the pitch,
Heads up, there's someone, green jersey, don't matter who it is, it's a green jersey, you can pass the ball to them, okay? But if you just wildly kick it back into that end of the field, it goes to a blue jersey, then you're done.
when the whistle blows to start the game, some of the team head for the field of play.
Robert, no, you stay on. Robert!
The coach motions for Robert to come back off.
You take Robert.
With the game underway, the young boys in green and white shirts pass the ball to each other around the field. A boy in blue gets a kick in, and two green and white players chase the ball down.
Go after it! Keep going, Stephen!
Later, the coach's son runs hard for the ball,
Okay, knee up, drive it!
but the blue team keeps possession.
Chris, get in the front of that ball! Now move out, you
On the sidelines, the coach directs his team with the help of another father and a brother.
Greens! Move out! Out! Oh, come on! Okay, now move it in, okay?
When the ball rolls out of bounds, the other father catches it, then holds it out for one of the green and white players to take and throw back in to start play again.
Okay, David, out!
The blue team's goalkeeper falls trying to stop the ball, which rolls in for a goal.
And of course, there is professional soccer. Glenn Johnson of the Vancouver Whitecaps.
Don't you think that most of the youngsters here in BC have a good chance of making it to professional leagues?
Oh yeah, the caliber in BC has always been very high. Up to the age of 14 or 15, you know, we're on par with the Europeans and Britons, but up until the Whitecaps came, there's nothing for the boys to shoot for, and they all start to drift into hockey or, you know, something where there is some money. And we had to go to Britain or Europe or South America or whatever in order to play professional soccer. There was absolutely nothing in Canada, you know, at that time. Now there is.
As a kid eats a hot dog at the Vancouver Sun tournament, all the teams walk onto the field for the closing ceremonies.
After yesterday's performances, I think they all deserve a very hearty and warm hand.
At the Vancouver Suns tournament, the special occasion, the Soccer Boy of the Year.
Russell Rimmer, Victoria Evening Optimist, 5th Division.
A blonde boy in a blue uniform accepts the trophy and holds it with another award.
Look right out of there.
His mom poses with him, both beaming.
That's good, thank you.
Soccer is also the Poffy Espresso Bar in Vancouver's East End. Here, games are replayed where there's never an easy goal. The moves are perfect, and every game is a classic.
A group of men play cards in a booth. One of the card players, Gene, smiles. The large bearded goalkeeper takes a shot in a game of pool. At the espresso machine, a barista prepares a drink. As a friend watches with interest, two men play a football game.
And the Italians are still in blue, the Hungarians still in red.
In a soccer game, the Italians set up a play. One of them slips as he makes a shot on goal, but a teammate gets it and knocks it in to score. Later, the Italians take possession again. Skillfully dribbling the ball near the sidelines, one player makes a centering pass that gets kicked in for another Italian goal. A little boy looks on, smiling, as the Italians again take control. One of them races a Hungarian for the ball. They both go down as the Italian keeps the ball in bounds.
Good kid, you got him. Oh.
Opposing players get their legs tangled and fall in a heap.
How can you do that? Let's go.
Italy goes back on the attack. One player takes a shot that's blocked, but a teammate gets the rebound and scores. The Italy supporters cheer in the stands. At the coffee bar, one player lines up a pull shot.
This club here, I never, it's just, this is it. This is the end. This club is just fantastic. We leave our wives at home just to go out and have beers with the boys. This is the way we are. We have lots of parties all year, and we don't have any fights amongst us. Sometimes at practice I get, that's the way I play. I get a bit upset because if I'm losing, I can even lose at practice, really. I gotta go out and, I try hard even there.
Nearby, a man reports what he hears on the phone. An Italian soccer scores are written on a blackboard.
Cesena batte Foggia 2-0. Roma batte Genoa 2-0. But you can't beat for the spirit of this club. It's just fantastic. Most of the fellas been together for, 8, 9 years. You can't help being good to each other, really. You know each other, and they know I have a bad temper, and, so they put up with it. And in return, I try to be, I try to be nicer. Try.
The boys' soccer coach.
What I get out of it, the satisfaction of introducing them to a game that I've enjoyed for years, and hopefully that they will enjoy for years, because it's a game where you need very little operating equipment. All you need is a pair of boots and a ball.
A ball is dribbled expertly along a field. Direction and editing, Shelah Reljic. Photography, Tony Westman. The player focuses as he continues down the field. Sound recording and editing, Richard Patton. Sound re-recording, Barry P. Jones. He keeps dribbling the ball almost at a full run. Then he takes a shot. Music, Ralph Dyke. Location manager, Joseph Brumek. Camera assistant, Mark Smith. Producer, Peter Jones. The goalkeeper leaps for the ball. Our thanks to the BC Soccer League, the BC Juvenile Soccer Association, the Department of Kinesiology, Simon Fraser University, Steve Jorick, Dave Lambert, Dr. Joseph Sabai, and the players, coaches, and managers who participated in this film. Pacific Canada Series. Executive producer, Ian McLaren. Narrative description by Audiovision. Soccer, a National Film Board of Canada production. Copyright 1975.